You've probably asked yourself this question a million times, right? What is the real secret to weight loss? Is there some magic diet? A perfect workout? What's the one thing that actually finally works?
Well, before I tell you what it is, let's be super clear on what it's not. Forget all those complicated fads, those quick fix tricks you see all over social media. The real answer? It's way, way simpler, and it's 100% backed by science.
In fact, every single diet that actually works, I don't care what it's called, keto, paleo, you name it, they all boil down to this one single core principle.
All right, you ready? Here it is. The secret, the foundation, the engine behind every single successful weight loss journey is the calorie deficit. If you can get this one thing, I promise you, you get everything.
So what in the world is a calorie deficit? It's actually super simple. It's just when you burn more calories than you eat and drink. That's it. That is the fundamental, non-negotiable science of how you lose weight, period.
Okay, think of it like this. Your body has an energy bank account. All the food and drinks you have, those are your deposits. And everything you do all day, and I'm talking breathing, sleeping, walking, hitting the gym, those are your withdrawals. So if you want to lose weight, you just have to make sure your withdrawals are bigger than your deposits. Simple as that.
But, and this is important, when we talk about calories out, most of us immediately think exercise, right? Well, that's a huge misconception. Your workout is actually a surprisingly small piece of your body's total energy budget.
Okay, check this out. This is your total daily energy expenditure, or TDEE for short. And for a lot of people, this chart is a total shock. See that little slice for physical activity? That's what we obsess over. But look at the huge chunk, the biggest piece of the pie. Up to 75% of the calories you burn every single day is from your resting metabolism. That's just the energy it takes to, live, to keep your heart beating, your lungs breathing. Wild, right? Kind of puts that 30-minute jog into perspective.
So what's the magic number? How big of a deficit do you need? Well, for safe, sustainable weight loss, science points to a real sweet spot, about a 500-calorie deficit per day. Hitting that simple target is what gets you to about 1 pound of fat loss a week, nice and steady.
Okay, so that's the theory, but here's the thing. Your body is your own. It's unique, so your target number is going to be unique too. Let's get practical and turn this from a cool idea into an actual number that works for you.
And the place we have to start, the absolute foundation of your personal energy budget, is your basal metabolic rate, your BMR. Just think of it as the bare minimum calories your body needs just to keep the lights on if you were to lie in bed all day.
So from that BMR, it's a super simple 3-step process. Step 1, calculate your BMR. You can find calculators online that use the Mifflin-Jayor equation. Step 2, find your TDE by multiplying that BMR by an activity factor, basically how active you are. And finally, step 3, just subtract about 500 calories from that TDE. Boom, that's your target.
Let's run a quick example. Say we have a moderately active person, and their maintenance calories, their TDE, comes out to 2,170 calories a day. What's their weight loss target? Easy. We just subtract 500, which gives them a goal of around 1,670 calories per day. That's the path to losing about a pound a week. All right, so now you've got your magic number. But this is the most important part. How do you actually hit that number in the real world? Without feeling miserable and hungry all the time. Let's dive into the action plan.
And right here, this is a huge mindset shift. This isn't about restriction. It's not about what you can't have. The goal isn't just to eat less, it's to eat smarter. Real success is found in substitution, not deprivation.
I mean, just look at breakfast. You could have a bagel with cream cheese, or you could swap it for some Greek yogurt with berries. You're not just saving yourself a quick 200 calories there, you're also loading up on protein and fiber, which means you're going to feel way fuller for way longer. It's these tiny, smart swaps that make a massive difference over time.
Now, food is definitely the foundation here, but exercise, that's your accelerator. It's a killer 1-2 punch. You've got cardio, which torches a ton of calories right there in the moment. But then you have strength training, and that's the long game. Building muscle actually boosts your resting metabolism, meaning you burn more calories around the clock. Yeah, even when you're just sitting on the couch.
Okay, so you're doing everything right. You're hitting your numbers, you're making good choices, and then it happens. The scale just stops moving. It is so frustrating, I know. But listen, it's a totally normal part of the process. Let's talk about how we get past these common roadblocks. Yep, we're talking about the dreaded weight loss plateau. It feels like you've slammed into a brick wall.
And honestly, this is where so many people just throw in the towel. But what's really happening when that number on the scale gets stuck?
Here's the thing, and this is important. A plateau isn't a sign you've failed. It's actually a sign you've succeeded. Seriously. It just means your body has adapted to being a new, lighter you. A smaller body just needs less fuel to run. So don't think of it as a wall. Think of it as a checkpoint. It's your body telling you, hey, time for a little adjustment.
All right, let's talk about the big one. The number one reason most diets fail. That constant, nagging hunger. This is the real battle, right? Well, the secret isn't just to have more willpower. It's about having a better strategy. 3 things. First, make protein and fiber the stars of your meals. They are your absolute best friends for staying full. Second, drink a ton of water. So often we think we're hungry when we're actually just thirsty. And third, eat mindfully. I mean, really slow down and pay attention to when your body says, hey, I'm good now.
This next question is so important for anyone who wants to keep the weight off for good. As you lose weight, your body changes, right? Which means your energy needs change too. You can't just set that calorie target on day 1 and then just forget about it.
So here's a really simple rule of thumb. After every 10, maybe 15 pounds you lose, just take a couple of minutes and recalculate your TDE. It's a tiny adjustment, but it keeps your target accurate, and it makes sure you keep seeing that steady progress.
So, there you have it, the blueprint. It's not some crazy secret, it's not a magic pill, it's just simple science. And now you have all the tools you need to make it work for you. So I guess the only question left is, what's the first small, smart swap you're going to make today?